all the odds are never on the table. YELLA and RSHAUN bring that heat. They stay ready, willing, and able. Flipping stories left and right. Bring a chair, grab a snack. In the ring, a podcast. Golden show, don't cut no slack. Laughs and gasps, hit the mat. Ideas breaking the mold. Grab the belt, tuning quick. Our stories getting told. Let's go! Shooting from the script. Hold your breath now. Wrestling tales, flip the script. It's time to take a bow. Hear the voices loud and clear like camera, perfect sound. Can't keep the action in the ring. The champ's here now. The champ's here now. Updates rolling in, big bros never stall. Memes and highlights hit like going through a wall. Suplex the dull, flip the script, own it all. Commentary so sharp it'll be a one and all. From types of titles, the rush is unreal. Catch us each week, we're the show you can feel. Shooting from the script, hold your breath now. Wrestling tales, flip the script, it's time to take a bow. Hear the voices loud and clear like camera, perfect sound. Can't keep the action in the ring, the champ's here now. Chants and cheers rumble through the crowd. Pump the beat, stories proud and loud. New ideas, unique stories to savor. Watch the podcast, crowd's favorite flavor. Shooting from the script, hold your breath now. Wrestling tales, flip the script, it's time to take a bow. Hear the voices loud and clear like camera, perfect sound. Can't keep the action in the ring, the champ's here now. Chants and cheers rumble through the crowd. Pump the beat, stories proud and loud. New ideas, unique stories to savor. Rock the podcast, crowd's favorite flavor. Shooting from the script, hold your breath now. Wrestling tales, flip the script, it's time to take a bow. Hear the voices loud and clear like camera, perfect sound. Can't keep the action in the ring, the champ's here now. The champ's here now. Keep the action in the ring. The champ's here now. The champ's here now.
Let's go.
Cheer, the champs are here now. And this is the kind of the most getting consistently doing content that's kind of keeping up with stuffest wrestling podcast that ever has been. Yeah, you heard me. Shooting from the script. I am your tribal chief, YELLA.
Tribal queef.
My wise man will be out here ball shotting. You need gotta put the clip back here. You gotta put the clip back here. You gotta put the clip back there.
I think it's on yours. Let me see.
RSHAUN. I am.
Where's it at? Give me a sec.
But yeah, we pull it up, man, for a special shooting from the script. It is the week of Press Start 3. So we're gonna do some Press Start 3 predictions. Plus, we're gonna have a little chat about the week in wrestling as well. So if you don't know, we can flip on over to that real quick. If you don't know, Press Start 3, as seen in the background and upcoming in the not overlays, but Press Start 3 is going down live here on all 3 channels. We will be on Shooting from the Script. If you're not following over there, make sure you following over there. It's my old page, so if you're already following, that's cool. But if not, make sure you follow over there. Critically Drinking and at YELLA on Twitch. We will be live here at, I want to say 12:15ish. 12:30 is the best case scenario. So we can get a slight pre-show cracking. And then bell time, I believe, is 1:00 Central. So that's noon Central, 1:00 Eastern. We'll start the stream. Anything else after that? It is what it is. Paul Heyman. So we'll start there, man, with the quick week in wrestling. But I do want to shout out the chat. Shout out to Naya and the Chav on Twitch. Shout out to myself over on Twitch. What up, Self? And shout out to Dr. Quantum in the building.
Quantum, Naya, with
the fire emotes, with the music. That's right. Shout out to Rusty and the Shooters. Definitely been in the lab working on stuff. They drop stuff for Yellow Pill Coffee. They're gonna be probably doing the theme for Yellow Pill Wrestling soon, hopefully. So shout out to Rusty holding it down. But speaking of Paul Heyman, let's get a quick review of this week in the wrestling. So we got Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Seth Rollins now as some dangerous alliance, to use the pun of an old Paul Heyman faction. And yeah, they pretty much had a run-in with Sami Zayn. Tried to tell Sami, like, look, man, we like you, we love you, but you're either with us or against us. And by the end of the show, he was definitely against them because they stomped his ass out.
Yeah,
but
deserved.
But how do you feel about this presentation with them? You got Braun Breaker in the suit. You got, Seth definitely gonna be dressing crazy as usual.
It's been cool. Actually, I will say Paul Heyman or Braun Breaker, one of them required Seth to masculinize his outfits a bit. His wardrobe has been a little less flamboyant. So he's gotten closer to Prince as opposed to Princess Diana. He's gotten a lot better. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like, less platform boots, less Bootsy Collins. It's been more, like, I don't know. I'm with it. I'm with the changes he's made. It just feels more serious. He's put a more refined edge even to his gear. If you're gonna be palling around with Braun Breaker, you gotta be a little more serious. Paul Heyman, you gotta be a little more business.
Yeah, just a little more.
So I'm a little happy with the presentation. I'm actually okay with the way they presented the whole Sami thing because they wove it throughout the episode.
Right.
So I was actually cool with that. But I do remember, like, I think pausing or passing out or taking a nap or something. I don't know. Something about Raw didn't hit with me this week.
Yeah.
But I remember going back and it was okay. It was an okay episode once I went back. I just wasn't in the mood for it. Something, I have a post-Mania hangover, maybe?
Yeah.
I think I have post-Mania hangover. I'm
happens.
over a lot of the critiques and criticisms. I'm sort of over the product just a little bit. And it may be because C3 is coming up. I ain't gonna lie. It may be because C3 is coming up. Like, I'm much more invested in C3. Like, when you was even talking about doing a recap, I was like, why? But you know what I'm saying? It's cool because it was a good show. When I went back and watched it, everything they did with Sami, even the way if we go back a week to when Sami was celebrating with Jay and kind of came down off the turnbuckle early and was standing behind Jay and had that little look,
right?
Kind of for like almost looking like he might be ready to be a turncoat. So when they first came out, I thought they were actually going to try to recruit Sammy because I thought this was about the whole work a little angle. Because I think it might have been you that said they're creating another bloodline. They need another. They got a Solo. They got the Wise Man. They got their Chief. They need a Usos and they need a Sammy. And I was like, they're just going to get the Sammy. Like they're not going to get a Sammy. They're going to get the Sammy. But nah, they said, nah, bro, you got to either go, you got to lay down, get down, or lay down. And they laid him out.
They did. Stumped his face through the middle.
I loved it. Because he's too loyal. He's going to stay loyal to the Usos and the tribal chief, even though the tribal chief did him dirty. And he had to turn his back on the tribal chief and hit him with a chair. No matter what, he's still going to side with them. So, I mean, Seth is right. Seth did the right thing. He's doing the right thing. I support them wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Seth, Drew, KO. Like, they have been consistently telling the truth to people ain't trying to listen. So.
And if they do go this route where they're kind of rebuilding that bloodline-esque kind of faction.
And what's that other name you keep calling it? Because other people keep calling it the other name. Something Alliance?
The Dangerous Alliance, yeah.
Now, who was in that?
Okay, so that was Paul Heyman's faction, basically, in WCW. Way back in the day. Way back in the day. But he had...
Like before the 90s, before mid-90s?
About late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So he went off and did ECW.
Okay.
So he had a bunch of people. Let me, you know what? Kind of just to give you like a perspective of like the names that was in there.
Was it Shocker?
No, it wasn't the Shockmaster. So right,
Shockmaster. It was Shockmaster.
So we had a moment. We so there's like this cool thing about being a wrestling fan, right? And like you're getting back into it, and you're at the point where you're deep diving now, right? Like you just like, okay, this is wrestling. Let me click on it instead of right. You in discovery mode, and you found the Shockmaster debut. And man, if y'all haven't seen the Shockmaster debut, please go Google it. We can't show it because we're on YouTube this time. We was on Twitch, I'll definitely pull it up. But if you've never seen the Shockmaster debut at WCW, man, you
and then go look up. It might either be Sid Vicious or somebody was talking about it because they go in depth behind the scenes. It's hilarious what was happening. Oh my God. It's a hilarious scene. It's more hilarious when you know what's going on.
Yeah. Because you can see everybody's reaction and shit. It was wild.
Yeah. Because Sid Vicious starts talking and he's responding to something that the voice actor is saying after Sid Vicious gets done talking. I'm gonna leave it at that. Not the wrestler, the voice actor.
The voice actor, right? That's a whole thing. So yeah, it was called the Dangerous Alliance. It existed across a couple different promotions: AWA, CWA, WCW, ECW, and then like the early invasion type stuff.
Okay.
And ECW type shit. So
that sounds big.
He was Paulie Dangerously, so that's why it was the Dangerous Alliance.
Okay.
They had like Adrian Adonis, Tommy Rich, Austin Idol, Arn Anderson, Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, Medusa, Michael PSAs, Rick Rude, a young Steve Austin.
Okay.
Shane Douglas, Sabu, Taz, Sherry Martel, Jimmy Snuka after he went crazy.
Okay, so everybody. He had everybody.
Yeah. He had some folks in there. Yeah. He had some folks in there. So it was hopefully they go with that name. It's like the establishing name of
You think so?
the faction.
Okay.
Yeah. They own the IP too, because it's basically like a WCW thing. So if they easily wanted to get that back, they could. I
They
call
could.
Braun Buns.
Personally, I don't know. I want people to leave stuff that's in historic and that had a run. I want people to start leaving that stuff where it went. I want people to not taint it. I want people to not go back and try to wear Lawrence Taylor's number. I want history to remain history sometimes, and for you to go and forge something new under its own name and identity. You know what I'm saying? I want some of that. So whatever they do, I don't want it to be the Bloodline. I don't want it to be the Dangerous Alliance. I don't want it to be the NWO. Whatever this is, let it be this and not tied to some other historic thing. I mean, for me.
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, PFC is available.
That I can understand. Yeah, that I can definitely understand.
Yeah. Pure Fusion Collective. Nobody's using that.
When what's her name left, I sent that with her. What's her name? Sonya Deville. Yeah, when Sonya Deville got cut, I sent PFC right. I checked both of them completely out of my brain. That's all like PFC.
Go.
What the hell is that?
Fusion Collective. No, come on, man. Don't sleep on that name.
Oh, but you want to bring that back though.
I'm joking.
Let's not bring it back. One of the more old school popular factions. You know what the world of wrestling needs?
Nobody ever used Pure Fusion Collective. There was never a run with it. It was just
it didn't.
It was just said twice. It just got said twice.
Right. That's about as many times as they appeared as a collective.
Poor lady.
Oh man. Oh dude. And then to just be like cut.
Man, that was dirty.
Wow.
Ooh, wrestling business is tough. Wrestling business is tough.
Man. But speaking of the ladies, there was a development in the ladies division.
Let's go.
We had a huge title change. Zelina Vega doing it for the shorty.
It was a tiny title change. It wasn't huge.
It
was tiny.
It was small. Huge relative. It's like the fact that an ant can lift 10 times his body size.
yeah, that's fair. That's
right, fair. Yeah. Right.
What is she? 5 foot? 5 foot even? 5'1"?
Yeah, I don't know.
She
definitely a short stack.
Yeah,
because she's shorter than the other short lady.
Man,
she might be the shortest one out of all of them. But she handled her business. She took down the reigning U.S. champ.
She took down the entire administration.
She did.
She took down the Secret Harvest.
I was saying, all right.
She took down the Secret Harvest because the Secret Harvest was interfering too. So she was able to best the Secret Harvest and Chelsea Green.
Yeah. And you know what? She beat her 3 times.
Yeah, 3 times in a row.
She beat her 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like a flash win.
Yeah. One of them was a fluke. One of them was kind of fluky, but the other two,
So they say that first one, the count out. They say that was a for real shoot. Yeah, that was a shoot. You got to call it. You as a ref, you got to call it.
Yeah.
Like
call it clean.
Call it like you see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what the finish is, but what I'm supposed to do? Say, hey, get in the ring. The finish ain't a count out.
Right.
Keep counting. You hear me count?
I heard she couldn't hear the count or something. She couldn't hear the count or engage with the fan and lost her. I don't know what happened, but it was interesting.
That thing. Hey.
You gotta get out the ring and tap her on the shoulder, man.
Somebody tell that motherfucking nine.
You stupid.
Get your ass in the ring. Damn, all right, you like that.
Nah, you gotta translate it, man. You know she's Canadian. You gotta say 9,
Eight, eh?
Yeah, that's how you
See,
gotta do
that's
that.
why shouldn't have been representing the United States anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Should have been
America first, man.
representing these great United States of America anyway.
Shouldn't have been. Shouldn't have been.
That's right. We needed a full-blooded American.
Puerto Rico, let's go. U.S. territories.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
She
We
counts.
needed that full-blooded America. Goddamn right, she do. All right. And the last catch up on the week before we get to C3, because we haven't had a chance to talk about it. Going back to SmackDown, arguably
last week.
Last week, arguably the best match of the week, coming all the way from Mania.
Oh my God! Come on, I know you're talking about the ladder match, bro.
Was
I know
the
you're talking about the ladder match.
TLC match?
Better have been,
bro. That's
okay.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
Right. That's fair.
Look,
good call out.
If it was any match if it was any group of people, those 6 men proved they should have been on. They should have had that match on Mania.
That's fair.
Love the New Day. Love the New Day. Love the New Day. They could have had their title change on SmackDown, and then it would have been. I mean, they could have had their title change on Raw, and it would have been that good. Raw to Mania.
Yeah,
that would have been a great time to do a title change.
It would have been. I'll give you that.
But if they was gonna do that match and the boys retained,
yeah. I'm gonna tell you. Here's my word, because I got a lot of worries about WWE recently. So here's my concern. If they had booked that ladder match for WrestleMania, it wouldn't have been performed that well. It wouldn't have been booked the same, and it wouldn't have been performed the same.
Really?
I believe this was to show them. This is one of them. I'm gonna show you. You ain't want to put us on the main card. We gonna show you why you should have had us there. Because sometimes that chip on shoulder or getting insulted, it makes people show up different. And I feel like that ladder match was a big. Well, let's show them. Let's hold it down on SmackDown. Let's bring it home and make them wish this had been on WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah, let's be.
I bet I won't miss no more PLEs.
Right.
Type shit.
And they will. Yeah. But that's what they. I feel like that was a thought. Yeah.
But it won't be the next one. It won't be the next one. They're gonna be on Backlash. They for sure earn they spot on Backlash. Yeah, if they ain't on Backlash, I'm like, what y'all want these boys to do? You know what I'm saying? What do y'all want them to do?
There's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on right now. I can see them missing Backlash because these rivalries on SmackDown Tag Champs, they're still. I honestly do not want to see another match between the Street Profits, MCMG, DIY, Pretty Deadly, or La Garza.
That's a good way to end it. Yeah, that's a good way to end it. Yeah, I'm with you.
We need new blood.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was gonna say, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm saying we just need new blood in that rotation, some kind of way, because they've done too many configurations of the same 5 tag teams, and it's got to be freshened up. And it's draft season or whatever that they need to. It's cut seasons, everything. It's time to freshen some stuff up. We need to do something.
Yeah, they doing call ups too. So
yeah.
Folks probably gonna get called up. We might see some Fraxium.
Yeah, that will help.
Yeah, we can see some Fraxium pull up from the summer.
Yeah, and if Bait and Pete done, I don't even remember which show they won. But if they get in the mix, I could deal with them too.
I'm with that. Yeah, them and the Profits will put on some dope matches. So there's some teams out there. There's some teams out there.
I would keep Garza and Pretty Deadly.
Garza and Pretty Deadly.
But DIY need to move on to Raw. Like they just
Pretty Deadly gonna have to do something. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna have to get him. They're gonna have to get him something because they've been doing solid.
Putting in work. They've been doing work. It's like
Mhm.
they need to actually push Pretty Deadly, push La Garza. We need to have a run at Pretty Deadly the musical. There needs to be a payoff for that angle. There needs to be a comedic payoff for Pretty Deadly
True.
the musical, and they could do
God.
it at Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event is coming up later this month. Have Pretty Deadly the musical and have some kind of music. It's just a full gimmicky Saturday night main event. I would just love it, but I know they won't. I would just love it. John Cena's already advertised for it. Have him come out and do a rap. Like have everything music themed. Everybody to come has a theme song. Everybody that's wrestling has a theme song that people like to sing. Like like it's got to be something. Because the Pretty Deadly the musical could just be them booking a show with a musical element to it. It's never really been fully fleshed out.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
Like the more you describe it, that would just kind of be dope.
Yeah.
Like they just because it's Saturday night's main event.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Come on.
yeah. It's a throwaway. It's definitely a throwaway.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it just be a little fun, little twist.
Okay.
And then have it get derailed by somebody like Jacob Fatu. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just
what are your lines? You know, they're trying to get him like, what are your lines? Did you forget your lines? And he just wrecked shop on them or something. I mean, just something. There's just so much
got no line. I'm all gas, no brakes.
I'm all hips, no scripts with it.
I was saying in the chat, I was like, we managed to wait this long to finally get the blackest wrestler we probably had. And it's Jacob Fatu.
Man, come on.
It's Jacob Fatu, man. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Jacob Fatu might be the blackest wrestler ever.
Okay, real quick thing. Can we talk about how the people that they put in black gimmicks are typically like more suburban? Like if you talk to them in their regular everyday mode, they're a little more suburban and straight up, even nerdy. But they'll put them in the most rap hip hop gimmicks, and you be like, they're like listening to Swerve Strickland. You see that dude? I'm like, oh, he's straight from the streets. And you hear him talking like, oh, okay, he's just a dude. He's just not. You would see Swerve Strickland and think you're going to get Jacob Fatu
from the main streets of Tacoma, Washington.
Man, listen, I heard Swerve talking. I'm like, oh, this dude just a nerd that got into wrestling. I like it. I ain't mad at it. It's just the gimmicks with
That's typically the path now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just fans that got into wrestling, which is cool. Right. I guess that's the natural evolution of it. It ain't alcoholics who need some money to buy their next drink. It's people who actually making a career out of it. But then, yeah. But that showed that ability though. Mm-hmm. It shows that ability because you would be amazed how calm and chill and kind some of these dudes sound. Like Kevin Owens. Oh man. Mm-hmm. You hear Kevin Owens interview, that sound like a whole different person than who he is on TV.
Yeah, almost all of them. All of them surprise you. I mean, listening to Buddy Matthews talking about Rhea, talking about her, she's shy. Like shy, I'm like shy. She out there half naked, buns out. I'm like, I could imagine being shy and then putting on that persona. Man, who could imagine?
Yeah, man. But yeah, that was basically a quick wrap up.
But didn't you want to mention a metaphor? Did you want to give them a send off?
Oh man, yeah.
You want to get them a send off, man?
But I was trying to like put it out of my head because it's really messed up. But yeah, this week on NXT, Metaphor broke up.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Now, why did they break up Lash and Jakara? Cause you know
I
Jakara
don't
gone.
know.
Jakara gone.
When Wavy need to go to Evolve. She better go down to Evolve.
Man, cause that's where what's his face Aura Mensa. He went over to
Mm-hmm.
Evolve. I don't know. I guess what's his face Dar. Noam Dar. He'll probably be
Yeah.
back on NXT. He got the Heritage Cup.
Yeah.
Lash can go wherever. She
Yeah.
can go wherever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I follow her wherever she go because I call her Buns.
Oh, wow. Okay. But
Oh,
no,
shoot.
not wrong. But it is, but it is cool to see a split that didn't involve somebody getting turned on.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. It was like a reasonable
Fallout Central around WWE, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they got more heels turning than like I ain't gonna say where my mind went. I'm gonna just keep that to
Then
myself.
Carnival, like a Sean Paul video.
Yeah, man, please, man. It's crazy.
This one heel turning into Sean Paul video in here.
Yeah, boy.
Just give me the name.
Ooh, man. I'm like, if one more person turn heel the way they doing, I can't handle it. It's somebody even mentioned it. I swear somebody even mentioned it like in a promo or something. It's getting so crazy that it's getting used in promos. Like I guess everybody's turning heel. I can't remember who it was, man. Somebody said it, or it might have been an interview. I listen to too much stuff now. But yeah, man. Bailey. It was Bailey's interview on CVV. That's what it was. She mentioned it. Yeah. It's like everybody's turning heel, man. It's crazy. Okay. Bailey. Did you listen to any of that CVV interview? Have you heard any of the rumblings?
I did a few bits.
Yeah.
It was what I heard was interesting.
I will tell you, she gained a loyal fan because she just sounds like a real person. The stuff I've been mentioning, and I wish there was a way that we could get this kind of admission. Like I had been saying something about her in ring, like it just didn't look great in ring, but allegedly she had some kind of injury that she doesn't feel comfortable or isn't allowed to talk about. But it's kind of limited her in ring performance. Like there's certain things she just can't do anymore. She had said, and I was like, okay, I can respect that. I wish they didn't try to have people that can't do something do something. I wish they just worked ring angles where you did put what they could do to the forefront. I wish there was more of that in wrestling because I see people put wrestlers out of position quite often. But Bailey, she is interesting. The whole damage control arc kind of proved that she could work an angle because most of the people in that did not speak English. So she carried the damage control arc, like as far as promos and stuff. So I know she could do better than what they've given her. And I do feel bad for Pam with the yams. I do think she's getting played, being a good soldier. Karrion Kross, good soldier. The good soldier good soldier gets put on the front line, and you the first one to get shot. So, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, Bailey.
They Karrion Kross one more time, and that's why.
I'm just saying, man. It's just the truth, man.
But no, you right though. Bailey definitely been the good soldier, basically, because she carried the pandemic.
Let's go.
Yeah, she carried the pandemic basically for the women's division. The role model, Bailey, Ding Dong Hello. I think that's when she probably was injured because she had put on a talk show that was popular as hell too. But, during the pandemic it was whatever. But yeah, pandemic Bailey, when it was her and Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, she pretty much carried. That's when the beef with her and Michael Cole started.
Okay.
It subsided like a year ago when she turned face. She said it calmed down, but it's still on site though. If he ever get out of line, so it's one of them things like don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was entertaining.
I heard a lady, it's her podcast, or she does videos. I'm not gonna say podcast, but she talks about wrestling. It's called Wrestling in Color. Black woman, and she said she thinks Bailey is held back because she doesn't have or play into sex appeal. She feels like that's one of the things that just doesn't allow her to get over. Now I know Pam got the yams, but I think there's a facial aspect. She.
I mean, he ain't ugly, but I see what I'm saying.
Because when she wore them little pants with the cutouts, everybody knows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it was undeniable at that point. That's when I was like, "Oh, Yella, never mind, you right."
Sometimes you ain't got to do much. So that's why I was kind of looking like she ain't really got she got that, just not how you think so, and that might be what Bree be talking about with the female gaze as opposed to the male gaze.
Yeah, she's not male gazed up. The cakes ain't out. Everybody else got to putting their cakes out. Even EO done put the cakes out.
No, but she is though. That's the thing about it. Like, and that also might be a cop out. That also be a cop out sometimes too. Like, because there's a I understood what she was saying as far as like where she feels like she's positioned as far as like when Sasha was there and Naomi, even Bianca now. Not Naomi really, but Becky, Charlotte, basically the four horsewomen.
Yeah.
She knew where she was positioned in there, right? But that's still a former NXT champion, multi-time women's champion, multi-time that was first tag team champion, women's tag team champion. You know what I'm saying? WrestleMania shit, sold out Barclays, all type shit, right? So she has also gotten her opportunities though. So
yeah.
But I understand what she's saying because you don't see her on the posters. You don't see her on the seats. You don't see her on the advertisements and shit. And it's like, it's one of your best workers right there. So
what would you attribute it to? Because you gave me the stank face when we talked about sex appeal. You gave me like, so what is it? What's her?
I mean, everybody's probably got something that's gonna put them over her. Bianca is a crazy ass athlete. Plus, she got the braid, so the gimmick gonna work for her. Crazy athlete, braid. Folks gonna eat it up.
Cute as a button.
Cute as a button. Charlotte, freak athlete. She's a flare. Tall, blonde. Becky, fucking fighter. Character super
hair.
open. Badass. Red hair, so that stand out. Now Bailey does all that. Bailey good on the mic. Bailey has a look. But I don't know. Maybe it's all been timing. It's all perspective too. Cause it's like, and if you go back and listen to her
the queen,
and she even said it like herself. If you go back, she was like everybody kind of progressed a step ahead of her.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm saying. Perception is always going to end up being reality. So that seems like everybody's just a little bit ahead of her. Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha got called up on the same night.
Dang.
Yeah, when they was doing the women's evolution.
Okay.
So they all got called up on the same night. But
Yeah.
all that really meant was NXT was Bailey's for the taking.
Mm-hmm.
And she took that mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
She took that motherfucker because Sasha was the NXT women's champion and on the main roster with Naomi and Tamina as bad.
Okay.
That's when I was telling you heel Naomi is where you
Mhm.
wanted to go.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he called clawed and scratched. I don't want it. No, don't want it.
I just didn't want her turning heel on Bianca, and she really didn't. So I'm cool with it. I don't want Bianca to turn heel at all, but they're going to force it. I can feel it. It's going to
Gonna
happen.
happen, my brother. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. But Naomi has not turned on Bianca. She turned on Jay, which I'm okay with.
Right. See, storytelling.
Yeah.
Storytelling.
I think we had a whole thing, and I said it. I could live with Naomi or Bianca turning on Jay because Jay could go somewhere. I wasn't really enthused with Jay.
Right.
But the match at WrestleMania, the match at WrestleMania has changed my mind. There were a couple of very impressive moves that I'm like, okay, I can work with Jade now. Like, I'm cool. She's not just whatever the aura, whatever they want to call it. She's not just that. Because when she caught Naomi off the turnbuckle and kept her at that like 45-degree angle, like kept her feet up in the air, like pointed up, like she just like a dart that got stuck in a jade, but it was a person, it was a human, and the feet never dropped down. Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like that was sick. I've never seen that before in life. You catch a whole human, like by their head, and their body weight does not drop to the floor, like gravity, like stop existing. Like that was the most impressive thing I probably saw that entire weekend. Like, and I've never heard anybody talk about it. But catch a human and they do not drop at all. Like you just muscle them from where you caught, like they landed. I'm like that's crazy athletic power. Like I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary. Shit, somebody was describing her, and one of the phrases they used was, "She has the wrestling body that anybody would want, man or woman."
Yep.
Like, like any wrestler would want to be built like that.
Yeah, she's a Greek sculpture. Like she's a Greek sculpture come to life, and painted brown.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate. I enjoy seeing it in his new energy. Yeah, okay, I like it. I like it too. Now, how do you feel about the Cena turn to this point, post Mania? One appearance after Mania, or has it been two? I can't even remember. I think he was on SmackDown and Raw, or Raw and SmackDown, whatever. How do you feel?
I think he's been on every show so far. He's
he
been on
might
both
have been.
Raw. Yeah, he's been on both Raw after Mania. Just wish The Rock would have showed up. All this would have made more sense.
Okay.
He's supposed to be under the control of The Rock. We ain't seen the nigga not since since Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, Dwayne. Then you go on Pat McAfee, and I'm not even finna get into that because that's gonna be getting a whole because either show up or don't talk about it.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Because it still don't change that you wasn't there.
Yeah.
So none of that shit makes sense.
The reason he gave for not coming. Like, if I were to classify it as anything, what he said, what I heard him say on Pat McAfee, I would call it a bitch move. Like, it was bad. It was very disappointing to hear. And as a wrestling fan, I could see being pissed off at him, but there's no excuse. Like, there are excuses for him not to be there. I'm glad he wasn't there, but then when I heard him talk about it, I was like, no, you just messed up. Like, he messed up, and I don't want to ever see him show back up on WWE. I'd rather not.
So I'm assuming that this was the conversation between from what he said. I'm gonna give y'all a quick summary of this whole rock thing through our chosen means we have here, right?
Yeah, let's go.
So this was Hunter to the Rock when he offered his idea, and we know how the Rock's ideas look.
Mm-hmm.
We seen what the last WrestleMania looked like. So Triple H was like,
"Stop it. Get some help."
And then Dwayne was like,
"Shut up, bitch."
And then Hunter looked at Dwayne like,
"Boy, I swear I'll crash out right now." "You ain't like that. Stop it. Boy, I'll crash out. Man, stop. You just talking. Fuck it, I'm crashing out. Okay. I'm a real nigga. Yo. I hate you. I hate you too.
whole time that was Paul Heyman outside the office looking like, and what the fuck is this? And then when he didn't show up to Mania, it felt like, and then this motherfucker Dwayne got the nerve to show up on Pat McAfee and say,
everybody has feelings, so you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Yeah, it was bad.
It wasn't good. It had everybody like,
what? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm mad you told the story with memes. I'm mad you told the story with memes. That's ridiculous.
I mean, come on, man. Come on.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, for real.
Okay. Because Dwayne,
it is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it.
Can't do it, man. You right. You ain't never lied, man. Man.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, do your thing, man. I think the overall writing and creativity is good so far. Okay. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I like that I can guess and see what's coming and be like, I told you so, like my daughter each week. Yeah, I hear you. I feel like there's some slippage as far as the creativity and writing. I mean, from last year and the year before. I feel like there's some slippage. It's not showing up in their numbers as far as the gate, as far as ticket sales, merch. So they're not going to do anything different. There's no incentive for them to. But I just feel like the inevitable recognition by the fans has to happen but I guess I don't know. I'm torn because I know how people are. So as long as you still have the stars that they admire and look up to, they'll show up no matter how bad some of the stuff is. But yeah, you're right. Some of the stuff is still good. There still is a lot of creativity there. There's so many missed moments, man, missed opportunities. Oh gosh, it'd be killing me. But when they hit big. So when WWE hits, man, they hit big. And that carries so much of the rest of the product when they do hit something. Like this whole Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, that hit, and it was able to carry an entire Raw with just Sami Zayn. So I mean, when they hit good. Like SmackDown, that ladder match, when they hit, man,
Mm-hmm.
I love
And
it.
I think that's the good thing
Mm-hmm.
that they still have little things. So they gonna be able to trickle through the summertime. Like I said, this post mania lull. You know what I'm saying? We gonna hit the like if you had to describe like the next 3 months, we're gonna hit like the Marvel what if kind of
Oh, don't say that.
section of the year, right? So we getting Cena versus Orton in the Bizarro world for the first time in their 20-something year rivalry. We getting bad guy Cena versus good guy Orton. You know, Jey Uso is a world champion, so that's that. That's gonna happen for the summer.
Yeah.
You know, from Marvel, what if Jey Uso won the world title? Well, here we go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mania. We probably finna get Lucha Underground in the next maybe month or so. Something they're gonna be doing something with them. So it's got to be a quick turnaround. Or telling us it's just gonna be like whatever. You got to do it hot while people loving the luchadors and shit. So I could see Zelina taking the U.S. title on like the Lucha show, whatever they own, because that's what she can. That's what she can do. I think she was on Lucha Underground too. Everybody was. Everybody was. It's a match from there with Chelsea Green and Penta that everybody talk about. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you got Penta and Ray Phoenix. If the Lucha Brothers link up, because he already mentioned they mentioned him.
Yep.
They was like your brother failed without the band. He said you want to fuck with the Lucha Bros?
Yeah, man.
Don't worry. They like what's the movie I'm thinking about? Hancock. You know how they was stronger when they was together type shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Lucha Bros.
That's gonna be something to see when they finally do bring them together. I do like they're letting them establish separately on different shows.
Mm-hmm. So
But it's giving me for sure somebody who didn't see him on AEW, I get to get a sense of how each person performs independently of the other, and then it'll be a whole nother thing when they're together.
Right.
So, I can't wait to see how that goes.
Right. You'll see how they'll be able to kind of work together and function with the things that you already know about them.
Yeah, and it'll introduce new dynamics too, because there's like tag moves. So I can't wait to see how they play, and it's all because it's all performance based. It's all in the ring. It's not like it's not promo work or anything like that. They're not gonna step on each other's toes promo wise. You know what I'm saying? There's no drop off because it's barely any English. So it's all in ring stuff. So I don't have to worry about anything not translate. It's all in ring. The ring stays the same, the ropes stay the same. So I can't wait to see how it goes from Solo to when they link up again. Hey, you said they needed the Usos. You said they needed the Usos. You said they needed the Usos. You said they needed an Usos. Come on, man, because you already got Braun and Pizza that had a little bit of heat, but man, come on. Come on. That would be.
Don't hate it,
man. Oh my God. That would set that off for me. Woo,
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I like Penta Swag too. Oh, that'd be dope. Oh, come on. I don't know who they Sammy would be.
Shout out to Snacks. I don't hate it though.
Oh, that'd be dope. I know they already kind of keeping them out of. They didn't want to get. I know one old boy didn't want to join JD. Matter of fact, they didn't play. Was it just Penta? Or did they go to Ray Phoenix too? Can't remember.
I think so. They talked to him somewhere. They came across him somewhere.
Yeah, I know Pizza refused to him, but man, I know they're not going to join up, but that would be cool. I ain't gonna lie. That would
No,
be
you
cool.
said it. You said it, and I'm with it. I'm gonna be straight up with you. That sounds pretty.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, but it's too early for them to. I know this is. I don't know. If this is a soft launch of a heel turn. I don't know what to call this. Or did we officially classify Seth and Heyman and them as heels?
Nothing's been classified.
Man.
Nothing's been for sure on anything. I guess because they beat up Sammy, they had to establish where they.
That's true. That's true.
Where they did draw the line because fighting, fighting Punk and Roman not gonna make them heels.
That's not it. Yeah,
because they all got their own different. They got their own different affiliations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a house divided. Then it's not really choose a side, but everybody like Sammy is like, oh man, well, shit. They still ain't heel yet. But they're just like, oh man.
But they kind of like they didn't have to attack Sam. They didn't have to. Yeah, they didn't have to beat him up. So I think that officially puts them in the heel camp.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay, boo.
Yeah,
we didn't like it. Beat up somebody else. That's basically what they. Feels like a Miz or something. I don't even want to say like a heel. I'm trying to think of like another face that they could have beat up, and my friends would have just been like, yeah, all right, cool. Anybody, LWO, anybody, they could have kicked their ass or something. Nobody would have batted it out. It was just been like, hey, they ain't kicked their ass. They're cool.
So before we switch over to C3, let me ask you one question kind of related to that right there. There's been a fan swell of one more time when somebody is heel turning against the face. Mm-hmm. Becky versus Lyra. It was somebody else, and I can't remember, but they had one more time a few people when it was a heel turn going on. What is happening with the fandom that there's cheering heels now? Because people were talking about that even with like the Spear. That's what it was. The Braun Breaker and the Spear and Sammy. Like they were cheering the Spear. They were cheering Sammy getting put down.
I mean, look at the people who doing the turning. You can't boo cool. You can't boo cool.
You can no. Anytime somebody turned heel, when somebody turned on somebody, it was an automatic boo moment. That was like
okay. So check this out. The most famous, one of the most famous heel turns.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got booed. I will say that the heel turn itself, he got booed.
Yeah, they almost tore the arena down.
The second they started being cool, that whole perspective changed.
That's true.
Whole perspective changed. They came out the gate cool. That's just a cool last damn look they had in the early beginning of the show. Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
They standing there. They okay. They some badasses. We was just cheering for these three. They really haven't done anything wrong. Now, some people gonna rock with folks regardless. Hell, I was at the show the other day cheering for Miles Mercer.
Can I interrupt you to argue that they didn't do anything wrong? The twist was definitely wrong.
Yeah. He shook his tribal chief. He shook his little tribal chief around. That wasn't nice.
It wasn't kosher.
It definitely wasn't kosher. The shot to the Ula followers.
Man, listen.
Shot to the Ula followers wasn't cool.
Yeah, boy. He soloed both of his Sokoas. He 5'2", like whoa.
Oh shit! But yeah,
Tonga his
that's
lower. Tonga his lower as Tama.
he talking about his Tonga.
Oh man.
He talking about his Tonga lower.
Man.
Yo, that
Yeah,
was
man.
wild. He didn't have to. Like that's
He ain't have to
just
twist.
always gonna be because he ain't have to get in there.
Yeah, that was crazy. I ain't never gonna be able to unsee that.
Yeah. But he meant it though. I still say he didn't do anything wrong though.
Yeah. Rochambeau, down low, Uso,
Right.
Lakers in 5.
Ball Heyman.
Heyman in
But
5.
I still say he didn't do nothing wrong.
I'll give you that. I mean, I'll give you that. But I'm with you. The cool factor does take away the incentive to boo. I'll give you that. I don't know. It just feels like something's lost with the fandom. I feel like that's what John Cena's whole mission is. He's actually trying to announce to the fans that they've actually taken a heel turn and they don't know it. I think the wrestlers have been trying to let the fans know that the heel turn hasn't been on the one side of the ring, it's been outside the ring. I think that's what Seth, Drew, KO, and now who would I just say? Cena. I think they're perceiving the change. And that's why, things, I think that's, I mean, like outside in the business, I think that's another reason things are changing. People are responding to the environment. I think that's why Triple H feels like that unreal thing is okay to do now. I feel like a lot of the breaking of the wall and all the stuff like Dwayne's been doing openly, I feel like that's in response to the way the fandom has been acting. So I think they feel like, okay, they've been acting like grown-ups, we're going to treat them like grown-ups.
Right. Y'all want to see how this shit done, huh?
Yeah, okay. Well, come see how the sausage made.
All right, y'all. We are about to switch over to our next topic, though. That is Press Start 3 coming up tomorrow.
Let's go.
And
Let's go.
we're going to take a quick pause for the calls. We're going to grab the water.
Are we though?
Like yeah, for like 60 seconds. I can go grab a water because my mouth is dry.
Are we though?
We are.
Beat making blunt.
See, we bike. We bike. What up, people? It's me. It's me. It's your humble host, RSHAUN. How y'all feeling? Anyway, we can really talk about a little C3, man. I can't wait for this show tomorrow. I enjoy C3. I wish we could get C3 weeklies, C3 monthly, something where we got a more consistent C3 product. If it's quarterly, cool. If it's once every 4th month, cool. I'm going to accept it because I have to. But I wish we had C3 instead of AEW. I wish we had C3 instead of WWE. I enjoy what they do in C3. I'm so glad that they took some time when they were at this other promotion to record some stuff. So we had some little filler material, some storyline carryover as we get ready for the show tomorrow. All the stuff Mr. Young has been getting into. He took over Yella's presser just the other day. Man, it's been crazy. When the board took over, they really took over. They took over C3. They have now taken the belt off D'Angelo Steele, even though he hasn't lost. They took Rachel's arm. Took Rachel's
That was
arm.
crazy. That's crazy.
Took Yella's whole stream over. Kicked him off of his stream. Which I've never seen that happen. Never seen that happen. But it was kind of fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie. As a resident hater, I did.
They took over your channel too. You realize that, right?
I mean, I really don't mind so much as long as I get entertainment value. And it was funny seeing y'all get taken off the platform. It was worth it. It was like somebody sending in a super chat to remove y'all, and I got to laugh because y'all got taken off. It was cinema. You know what I'm saying? It was art. I respect art. I'm sorry.
It be your own people. Man.
I mean, it do, or it be Mr. Young, or it be the board.
It was though. It was because I don't even know how Kevin Zander got the link.
Mm-hmm.
Then Mr. Young just pop up out of nowhere with some crazy message coming through playing. And that was too much. That was too much. But we are going to get a little review, a little catch up on where we at. Go through some of the fight centers. We appreciate y'all who are checking out the fight centers for C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Those who keeping track with the show. We're gonna watch a couple of them just to kind of touch base on the show at hand. So let's see what we got. These are the recent ones. Damn.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to the first C-Red 3 weeks ago. I got that page up too. So let me know if you want me to play any of them.
Oh, cool. I should be good. All right. So
cool. Let go.
This is basically where we at. Mm-hmm. What you saying?
I said let go.
All right. So we are in the midst of a huge shift right now in C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Like Mr. Young is going crazy. But before we get to that, I do want to address the other matches on the card. So we got the Best in the Midwest Gauntlet match featuring Joseph Ira Credit, Kenny Nine, the Unplugged Cyberpunk, the Undeniable Nick Diamond, Jay Leone, and TDG.
And I think Classic said that's for the Dark General. The Dark General, I believe.
Yeah. The Dark General. So we gonna see what the Dark General how he gonna be a general. Don't know how to. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, we're gonna see how he get there. He specifically was like he got something special to bring. So
okay,
we'll see what goes on with that. But there were a few messages sent in, a few fight centers for that. So let's hear what Joseph Ira Credit had to say.
This is C3 Ultimate Wrestling's Fight Center. After arguably match of the night against the Cobra, the BIG of the 313, Joseph Ira Credit looks to continue to make his mark and solidify his name as one of the best in the Midwest. recently were able to catch up with him, and this is what he had to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, admirers and subscribers, my name is Joseph Ira Credit, and that's right to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest, because that's what my mama named me. Now I'm here to talk to y'all about the May 3rd event for C3 Ultimate Wrestling. But before we do that, quick shout out to the Cobra brother. You stepped my game up, and I would not be on the level that I am now if we didn't do what we did at the last show. Thank you. Now, May 3rd, the board came to me and they said, Joseph, Ira Credit. I said, take all your shot, become a match. Do what you do, we'll approve it. Well, your boy been feeling himself lately, especially after that match with the Cobra. Your boy feels like he's the best in the Midwest. You got to be that, because I'm trying to be C3 Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, and I have to feel like I'm the best in the Midwest to get that done. So what I propose is a gauntlet match. The best in the Midwest challenge. Your boy, give me like 4 or 5 other people. Gotta be from the Midwest. Let's make that caveat clear. And we're gonna put myself up first, and then you're gonna line them up, and I'm gonna knock them down, because that's what I do best, because your boy hits harder than a hurricane. And I promise you this, for anybody that wants to step up to get put down, your boy is on a different mode. You see, I sing, I rap, I act, I wrestle, I do it all. I'm dangerous in every lane like a drunk driver. And one thing you know about me is I'm gonna knock the sonic rings out your ass. Come on at me if you want to. The BIG of the 313 is ready.
Even with the questionable decisions by the board, it seems like they have a good eye for talent, as they have granted Joseph Ira Credit the match of his choice, a gauntlet match with him joining first. Who else will step up to take on the BIG of the 313? We will find out at press start 3. This has been C3.
So yeah, the board even decided that they gave him that match. So this is the match of choice for Joseph himself. This is the match he wanted.
I'm
So what
actually
you
looking
think about
forward
him
to this one.
getting granted that opportunity?
I like that. Now, the board influence has mostly been negative, but I will say they have made a few good choices. And getting Joseph Ira Credit, his name is his name, at the top of the lineup, you know, to kick everything off, what I believe, hopefully, man, that would be beautiful. Now, the gauntlet match, do you know anything about the fact? Is this going to be like 1v1, but like a Survivor's last minute, like Survivor series, or it's going to be like everybody in at once? Like, how are they going to be pulling this off? What's the format?
Yeah. So, as far as I know, Joseph's going to start the match, I believe. And they basically gonna run man up in there, and this is gonna be the last one standing. So if Joseph win, he keep going. If somebody beat him, they keep going until everybody's came out and got in a match.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, with that gauntlet, that it was gonna be like a Survivor. So that's cool. I like that. He's gonna have to go through 4 people. So I've seen that kind of with tag teams recently in another promotion. So seeing that with a solo, like one guy, I haven't seen that since Sami Zayn winning that gauntlet. That I really thought Chad Gable should have won in WWE, but I really want to see that here. Oh, yeah. Joseph Ira Credit seems to want to do everything on hard mode. I'm not sure why. He fought for the tag team title solo. He then had a triple threat against Rocco Rivera and D'Angelo Steele. Then he fought somebody that's close enough to be a brother in Tony Thunder. Then he fought the Supreme Striker, the Cobra. Now he's going through a gauntlet match. This man don't want nothing easy, which, I mean, maybe that's a Detroit staple, man, but throw me a bone. Like, throw me a fruit, you know what I'm saying? Throw me a fruit snack every now and then. Let me just eat one time, you know what I'm saying? Why everything got to be so hard?
Right. They say he can have any match he want. He chooses the hardest of the hard. Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Throw me a toss up, man. Throw me Marcelo Spade after he fought two other people. Like make Marcelo Spade the person that's got to run the gauntlet and make me the last one. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a little swipe at that urban culture.
Right.
That's how I'm gonna do it.
So one of the other contestants in that gauntlet match is my former
This is C3 Ultimate Wrestling's Fight Center. With the board announcing the best in the Midwest Gauntlet match, and Joseph Ira Credit already announcing his eligibility for the match, another C3 Ultimate Wrestler has stepped forward. Let's find out who it is.
Good evening. This is the Unplugged Cyberpunk Kenny 9, and I'm here to announce I'm throwing my hat into the ring of the best of the Midwest Gauntlet. And I see that the BIG from the 313 is already throwing his hat in the ring. So, let me just be the first to say I've wanted this match since one of my first days at C3 Ultimate. And I don't care who I have to go through. I don't care who I have to face. I'm here to make one promise come true. And that is to leave 2025 as a C3 Ultimate Champion. I don't care whether that's the tag team, the urban culture, or even the heavyweight. The future looks bright for Kenny 9, as bright as the glasses that I wear on my face.
The Unplugged Cyberpunk himself, Kenny 9, declares for the best in the Midwest Gauntlet match, looking to make a huge statement and a huge leap in his career here at C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Will 2025 truly add up to the year of the 9? We'll find out at Press Start 3. This has been C3 Ultimate Wrestling.
Can't say that was one of my best lines yet. Goddamn, that was one of my best lines.
That was a bar. It was underrated. But I'm gonna tell you, he missed an opportunity not having the glasses on when he delivered his line about this year's gonna be as bright as the glasses I wear. It was a missed moment, man. It was a missed moment. I was like, come on, bro. But I will say, man, Kenny 9, I am looking forward to seeing that match. He's been on a tear, even though he hasn't been winning. He's been a steady performer ever since he got involved in a rivalry with Chris Classic, back and forth, and another talent. Ever since then, he's been a mainstay on almost every single event. So he hasn't even had time to do commentary because he's either been getting whooped or doing the whooping. So one way or the other, he's been present. So he's been getting the reps. I'll say that he's been getting the reps, and he's been getting the reps against some of the top talent, like some big boys, some strong boys, some quick boys. You know, with Johnny CK, which he came out with the dub there, but then he came back and just had that loss at the last event. So I'm looking forward to seeing him try to run the gauntlet. If Joseph Ira Credit is built different, man, Kenny 9 is wired different. The Unplugged Cyberpunk is wired differently. So I do want to see if he can keep the signal, get his signal boosted, and get through this gauntlet unscathed, man. I gotta see.
Oh yeah. And then we also got Nick Diamond, who made his C3 Ultimate Wrestling debut at the last show, the Takeover, in a time limit draw apparently with Chris Classic. Classic was about to pick up the win, but it was a solid match though. It wasn't a beat down at all. Yeah, Nick definitely held his own, showed why he is one of the best in the Midwest and why he is in this match. Like I've had the opportunity to see him wrestle outside of C3 as well in the last couple of weeks, and yeah, he got it. He
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So
It-
now Jay Leon and TDG, they'll be making their debuts. So best of luck to those gentlemen. Hopefully they will be as memorable as most of the other talent that's come through C3.
I gotta say, man, I'm actually hoping they're not. I want these to be a couple of scrubs that we are feeding to the undeniable Nick Diamond, the unplugged Cyberpunk Kenny Nine, and the BIG Joseph Ira Credit. I want a couple of people to just take a beating. I want a couple of dudes that are just taking bumps. Like that's what I want. I don't want it to be some big, prolonged, protracted war of attrition from 5 able competitors. I want 2 people that can barely walk to the ring to get beat into submission in 3 minutes and get ushered out of the ring summarily. And then the 3 that we really want to see, Kenny Nine, Nick Diamond, and Joseph Ira Credit, take it to they take it home. That's what I want to see. So no offense to Jay Leon, no offense to TDG. I want them to be I want them to be those jobbers on a 2K25 that you get for like Triton. I want them to be the Triton. I want them to be Ignition. I want them to be them folk. That's what I want.
Hell no. That's crazy. Well,
But hey, shout out to Nick Diamond, man. I saw him. I did look at video. You told me about Danger Mask. And whatever that promotion is, when Nick Diamond had a match over there, I watched it against Mike Strong. Nick Diamond and Mike Strong. That was a great match, man. So undeniable Nick Diamond, plus his last match was classic. It was a really great match that I'm sorry did not get it finished. I'm sorry that Kevin Zander, the nag, took away the win or the performance. It just got wiped out due to time. I hate time limit draws, man. That's the worst. That's the worst. Man, so shout out to Nick Diamond, man. Looking forward to seeing him. Looking forward to seeing Joseph Ira Credit, and looking forward to seeing Kenny Nine. I'm looking forward to seeing those 3. I'm sure the other 2 will put on. Jay Leon, I've heard good things. CDG, I've heard nothing about yet, but I'm actually pretty sure this will be a good match.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. Yeah,
It'll have to be, man.
Well, I mean, tell me when C3 ain't putting on good matches. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I want to know. You know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
And Joseph Ira Credit, man, put on a good match against 2 men. So I yeah, man.
And speaking of 2 men, the 2-on-2 matchup, tag team matchup for the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Tag Team Champions, the as of now still known ARC versus the newly formed Delirium. Now, after the beatdown of Takeover, we haven't really heard much from the ARC. We did have Jackson Larkin on Shooting for the Script for a quick interview, but that was a week or so after he was in better spirits, but still kind of taken aback how C Red was just able to just turn on them so recklessly. And they're going up against Delirium, who were handpicked by the board. Not too much information on them, but from what I've heard, the picture about fits and the name, it kind of goes with what we're gonna get. A lot of craziness, a lot of delirium, some whacked out shit probably gonna happen. But what do you think, man? What's your thoughts on this? How you feel about this situation the ARC is in? And
it's interesting to watch because they did get jumped at the takeover. They pretty much got an offer extended to them by the board, disrespectfully though. So they respectfully declined the offer and then got put down at the end of the show. Now, after seeing that and then seeing Mr. Young go on to attack RVP in the something that we may show later, they've taken out the entire ARC, including the woman that's in the group, which is, that's bad form. And then off premise, this wasn't part of the show. This is not part of wrestling. She's at an event.
She at work. She at work.
She's at work. That was at work. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I thought it might have been a signing. I thought it might have been an autograph signing or something.
At a school.
Oh my God! So attacking her on a school day, man, that's dirty work. But that's how the board moves, man. That's how the board moves. That's the way they operate. They put down ARC. They put down and the ARC, to their credit, put down the name that was given to them by the now Mr. Young. So I don't know what they'll be going by. Right now it's the group, the artists formerly known as the ARC. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. And still, your C3 Ultimate Tag Team Champions, Jackson, Stampede Larkin, and Miles the Kane Mercer, I think they may have their hands full with Delirium, but I think they can cut through the madness. They've been tested. They've been battle tested by too many to falter now. So unless the board intervenes, which the board has had their hands in, the takeover was bad. They had their hands in every single match. That's if they get costed the titles, it'll be because Kevin Zander, the NAG, the New Age governor, got involved again.
Yeah, that's what he like to do. Stick his nose in shit that really ain't got too much to do with him.
That's what a NAG does, man.
Fucking NAG. So unfortunately, we weren't able to hear from either one of the teams in the last couple weeks, but we know that fight gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And
good action.
Moving on to what I would consider the drippiest match in professional wrestling history is going to happen Saturday, May 3rd. I'm sitting here looking in my closet like, what the hell am I gonna wear? Because I gotta stand in the ring and announce these two, and I'm definitely gonna be underdressed. We got the man they call Perfection going against the professional Tony Thunder, the freshest wrestler in the game. Now, these men had a lot to say to each other, so much that this Fight Center was our special two-part episode. So y'all check this out. This is C3 Ultimate Wrestling's Fight Center. I'm Kevin Young Sr. The board has added another match to an already stacked card at Press
The NAG,
pitting two of the best dressed wrestlers in the Midwest against each other in Perfection and Tony Thunder. These men bring the swag, but can they bring the pain as well? Let's hear from them both.
Hello, peasants and bozos of C3. If y'all don't remember me, it is yours truly, Perfection. And coming May 3rd in Dyer, Indiana, Perfection takes on Tony Thunder, aka the professional. Cute. Now, Perfection doesn't need to talk about how much more fresh he is than Tony, or have to point out the fact that Perfection literally comes out to so fresh, so clean. And Perfection definitely doesn't need to come up with some stupid play on words like the professional. Because even though this event is called Press Start 3, this ain't a game. No. Perfection didn't come back to C3 to play around. Perfection came back to steal Tony's thunder and make a statement to not only Tony, but to every single one of you watching. Because if y'all forgot about Perfection, y'all will remember the name now. Because after the perfect one is done with Tony, y'all will realize that this is what true perfection looks like.
When I say Tony, y'all say Thunder. Tony, Thunder, Tony, Thunder. When I say
what up, dope C3 world? It's your boy Tony Thunder, the freshest wrestler in the game. Hold on, let me say that one more time. Just for you, Tum Tum from Three Ninjas. It's your boy Tony Thunder, the freshest wrestler in the game. You see, May 3rd, the board wants us to press start, and we gonna start with this right here. We gonna start with a man that calls himself Perfection. And see, he called me the professional, but you can also call me the freshler. And you forgot the F, the W, the I, the T, the G, because I am the freshest wrestler in the game. So you say you fresher than me? You can't say that when you got a cross on from 2003. You say you fresher than me? You can't say that while you wearing a red velvet blouse with jeans. You say you fresher than me? Boy, you gonna have to show me. Because May 3rd, ain't no way to escape this. And I will make sure you brush your teeth before you say my name, because I am
the freshest wrestler in the game. The freshest wrestler in the game. The freshest wrestler in the game.
As they say, look good, you feel good, you wrestle. But who will leave with the dub? We'll find out at Press Start 3. This has been.
Who said that?
You right there. They.
They.
Damn.
You know what they say? Yeah.
You know what they say?
I like that line though, man. Make sure you brush your teeth before you say my name. I was like, all right, Tony. Keep it fresh. Fresh breath.
So yeah, both of these gentlemen looking to come in and make a fashion statement.
Yeah.
But also a physical statement in the ring and get them a dub, man. So little history of both have been active in C3, but Tony's been putting in work for the last couple shows. So one of them is due. One of them due for a win. So what you think, bro?
High fashion meets high impact, bro. So I mean, I don't know anything about perfection. Don't know anything about perfection, but he thinks he's flawless in the mirror, but the ring ain't got no filter. He gonna have to look good standing on his own too against Tony Thunder. Now Tony looked good standing up against the BIG of the 313 on his lonesome. So I know that man can stand on his own too. Let's see if what's his name? I forgot that quick. Perfection. Let's see if Perfection has anything inside the ring like he thinks he does outside of it. That's what I've seen Tony. I've seen what Tony can do in there against a big guy. He hung with him. So I want to see what Perfection can bring once he steps inside the ropes. Because I'm a believer in Tony. He made me a believer.
Yeah. Yeah.
He shoot. Matter of fact, even when he lost, he made it look good. I put it like even when he lost, he made it look good. So yeah, I gotta see Perfection gonna have to show me something.
Yeah, I hate to be that dude, but he's yet to pick up a win in C3. So for him to be that much of a standout, and he hasn't won in his last couple of appearances here, but he's been as competitive as anybody that's on the C3 roster. So I'm definitely ready to see it. And Perfection's last match was a triple threat for the Urban Culture title.
Okay.
And that was before, that was before Marcelo had it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it, man. Tony, it might, like I said, it might be a Detroit thing because Tony has also taken the hard path in C3. Last match was a fatal 4-way. Last match was before that was a man twice his size. So I mean, Tony Thunder, he doesn't do himself any favors with the opponents he ends up with either. So I mean, now he looks like he's on equal footing. Two people that both think they're the freshest. One's so fresh and so clean. One's the freshest wrestler in the game. We get to see who's the freshest, man. Hello Fresh, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's what we need to sponsor. We need a Hello Fresh sponsorship for that match.
Hello Fresh.
Yeah, man. Hello Fresh. Hello Fresh sponsorship.
That's definitely like WWE. We had just like a head of lettuce with
Man.
arms and legs running around
Yeah, man.
running around the ring.
Like the prime bottle got a hella fresh. It's a big head of lettuce. Hella fresh one. That'll be dope. Make it happen.
All right. And moving on, we got for the C3 Urban Culture Championship, we got the Cobra going up against the champion Marcelo Spade. Now, Marcelo is definitely not one who is lacking in the words. He definitely had quite a bit to say. So let's get to what our C3 Ultimate Wrestling Urban Culture Champion had to say.
This is C3 Ultimate Wrestling's Fight Center. I'm Kevin Young Sr. After successfully retaining in a fatal four-way match at the TakeOver, the board has granted the fundamentalist Marcelo Spade an opportunity to call his own shot at Press Start 3. Let's see what he said.
It's just a public service announcement.
3 years ago, I stepped into the C3 Ultimate Wrestling ring not only as another professional wrestler, but as a man on a mission. 1 year later, I emerged as their urban culture champion. My culture, my vision of what a professional wrestling and what professional wrestling should be. Now, since then, month after month, match after match, I have laid waste, I have pinned, I have dominated every single wrestler that company has put in front of me. So much so that May 3rd, they came to me and they said, Marcelo, who do you think, who do you want, who do you believe deserves a shot at your title? Now, I sat there and I thought long and I thought hard. Now, it's not going to be the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Champion, D'Angelo Steele, no. That's something in the future. It's not going to be the King, Miles Mercer. That's a roadblock I'm going to knock down in due time. There's one man, there's going to be one person that I see there whose star is on the rise. It may actually match mine. Cobra, get ready. You're a very talented wrestler. I've seen you all over the States. You're very talented. It just so happens that right now, you're the right wrestler in the wrong company at the wrong time.
And in another stunning announcement, the fundamentalist Marcelo Spade will take on the Cobra for the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Urban Culture Championship.
All right, Marcelo Spade saying it's his vision, his culture. Freedom, he can't lose.
Yeah, man. And shout out to him for, I guess joining Time Force, man. Going back to 1965 to record that footage and bringing that back to us in 2025, man. That was pretty dope.
Yeah. He a time traveler.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So he decided to offer that match to the Cobra. And he feels that he's on the same level that he is right now, being that he's the second longest reigning champion in C3 Ultimate Wrestling, followed by behind Renee.
Yeah.
Renee is the longest reigning and the only, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say the only. Is she the only or the longest reigning women's champion?
Okay.
Of all the time.
Well, if she's the only, then she's definitely the longest reigning.
Yeah. Yeah. Sketch on the only. I have to do some research on the only. I think it was the one before her.
Okay.
For some reason I can remember KO Kendra holding the title, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Shout out. I do like the fact that he called out the Cobra, and it's funny that that standout match from last show the Cobra versus Joseph Ira Credit. Both of them earned
Mm-hmm.
both of them a call out. So the board called out Joseph Ira Credit, hey, bro, you put on for the company. What do you want next show? You're on the card already. How do you want it? And then Marcelo Spade was impressed as well. A champions call out. Company call out for Joseph Ira Credit. The champions call out for the Cobra. So I mean, that's a for both competitors from that match. That's high honor. The company and champions are both recognizing the show that they put forth. And the Cobra's going to get a
Mm-hmm.
chance as the Urban Culture Champion. And Marcelo Spade is close to right. I mean, that man was 95% right in that promo. He has laid down just about everybody that sat in front of him. Unfortunately, in one match, Nameless laid down everybody that he beat. And in another match, he actually ran with the belt and left the arena. So he was close to laying down and beating everybody that was before him, but he had help in one match, and he actually ran away from one match too. Shout out to Bruce. Need to bring him back.
Yeah. He's a runner. He's a track star.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he got up out of there. He definitely got up out of there like Snacks did on the My Ride. Yo, that just like a visual image been playing in my head the last couple of days. She was like,
she got that word.
she got
hop that wall. That's so
out
fast.
of there, man. She got
And them boots though, in the chunky heels.
She got up out of there.
That was beautiful.
All right. So we were unable to get in touch with the Cobra as he is
Extensive
kind of
training.
he's
Monk
like
mode.
always in training. Like
Yeah.
monk mode. Like he rarely like sends out any messages from where he's at, especially once he found out like he's about to fight, like he going to like his training camp, Monk.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers with the ayahuasca type level.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like we just
out there doing that Kill Bill, punching that
Yeah.
thing from like an inch away with the bloody
Yeah.
fist.
Yeah. We send out a feeler, but if he don't respond to the first one, we just we'll see him at the at the show for sure.
Yeah. It's hard to get a falcon on top of the mountain. The area where he trains is very thin.
So with the semi-main event available. With the semi-main event at hand. Loser leaves C3 Ultimate Wrestling.
It's tough.
In a match in a match that has the future of the company, not just a title, not just a faction, not just a tag team or group of people. This is the entire company in the balance with Sam Knight.
I wonder what it's like to sink your life into building a company like C3, have the board come in and take it over, and then to book you for a match that could take you out of your company to where I think Kevin Zander said you won't even be able to work concessions. Like, that is crazy. So I am definitely looking forward to this match between these two men. I have not seen Sam Knight before, but the classic Alpha has seen him in C3. They call him the right hand of God. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do with that right hand. Classic Alpha did not get the win against Nick Diamond in his last outing, so he's going to have to be mindful because the board will throw stipulations mid-match, post-match. They will do whatever they can to cost Alpha this win and the company. I just don't know what would happen to C3 if they can force him out this way. This will be we had the takeover, and this will complete the coup.
Yeah, this is this is just bad news for everybody. If Classic lose, this is just, we might as well go in and pack it up.
Man.
See you later, out the alligator, out the wild crocodile.
Yeah.
They definitely ain't keeping me.
Yeah. You
They
can't,
definitely ain't keeping
can't
me.
have two Kevin. Can't have two Kevins at the top.
Yeah. I'm bugging up on them too.
So,
You know, I
real
don't,
quick,
I
man.
don't do
So
well with
we
sport.
got two Kevins and two Mr. Youngs. Like that's kind of odd, man. You kind of redundant on both ends.
I know, right? No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Speaking of Mr. Young, here he was with Sam Knight at a show a couple months ago, and here's what they had to say.
With his cryptic words and the challenge laid down by Mr. Xander and the board, Mr. Young has warned Classic Alpha that this is only the beginning. Our friend Steve at Frontline Pro Wrestling was able to catch up with Mr. Young backstage along with Sam Knight. Here's what he had to say.
Can't find anybody when you need to find anybody. Hey! There you are! Where you been? What are you doing? Whoa, 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 whoa,
Why are you in my business again? But since people like to interrupt us, hello, Chris Classic. You know who I am, Mr. Young from the board. And I like to introduce you personally. Chris Classic, meet your last opponent. Sam, some deadbeat wannabe superhero.
You know, I've never been a fan of superheroes. I've never been a fan of egomaniacs. Chris, we've danced this dance before. Oh yeah, I remember the last time. I remember your little quick moves and your little smile. You had your wife there, and it was all great. Chris, I'm a different person now. And you want to talk about how you have this one won, and you know that you're going to triumph? Let me tell you something. You're not the only person that's on a collision course with the end of time. It's going to be a quite shame, a big shame, that I'm going to be the man to end your career in C3 wrestling.
So Classic, your time is coming. Your time is coming. My son, gone. Classic,
come to talk with you.
gone.
Sam Knight isn't a stranger to C3 Ultimate Wrestling, but will this be his last dance with Classic Alpha? Or will Classic Alpha have to leave C3 forever? We'll find out at Press Start 3.
Tough, man. Woo. Mr. Young been active, boy. He been active. I know it's Press Start 3, but his fingerprints are all over this show, and it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, he been running. If running them up was a person,
yeah, man,
he's up. Because this is more footage of last weekend at IPW, which shout out to them. They were awesome. Great show they put on. But he was at it again, man.
The C3 Ultimate Wrestling's Fight Center. I'm Kevin Young Sr.
After a hard-fought loss at last weekend's IPW Spring Heat, Chris Classic is an unexpected and unwelcome guest to add insult to injury. Let's take a look.
Real close, 0 gravity, man. I could have had that, man. Dang. Oh, I gotta get this stuff out of my mind, bro. Real. Classic Alpha, how you doing? Just took a
Damn. Ain't looking good for you, bruh. You got 6 days, bruh, before you meet the right hand of God. And the right hand will end all of this in one fell swoop. But don't worry, keep your chin up. Keep your chin up. Put a smile on your face, because that's what you do. You smile through adversity, right? Your ass won't be smiling.
Is Mr. Young right? And will Classic Alpha meet the right hand of God from Sam Knight and be gone from C3 forever? Or will Classic rise and be the alpha of C3 Ultimate Wrestling once again? We'll find out at Press Start 3. This has been...
Man, he just everywhere, man.
Dude everywhere. Causing chaos.
He
Yeah.
everywhere. He on. Yeah.
Dude is a gremlin. That's who he is. He's
He is
Spike from the
definitely out.
Gremlins. He is Spike from the Gremlins.
As soon as you look up and think he ain't there. He there.
Man.
So yeah, man. It's yeah, it's huge stakes going into that matchup. So I'm commentary and huge. I would say I'm commentary and ring announcing, and I try to be biased, but I mean I try to be non-biased, but I'm gonna be biased this time. We need Classic to win.
Yeah, that's facts.
Might be on
the it's over with.
Before we get into the main event, more of Mr. Young's shenanigans. I want to say a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 months ago, as we said, he had the audacity to viciously attack Renee Van Peebles. Let's take it.
This is C3 Ultimate Wrestling's Fight Center. Here at the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Fight Center, we have received footage of the beatdown of Renee Van Peebles by Mr. Young of the Board. Let's take a look.
Oh, it's over, huh? It's over. It's over, huh? It's over, huh? Don't you ever disrespect me again!
After the attack, Renee Van Peebles was taken to a local hospital and evaluated. There has been no word on her availability for Press Start 3 or her current condition. Will she be at Harold's private venue on May 3rd? We'll find out. This has been C3.
Let's go. Renee took an L on that one.
Man. Yeah, man. And as of right now, she's really only been having minor updates on social media. Not too much since the attack. But it was pretty rough. And for the people who just watched, I believe some of them were students, because I was, she worked at school. She getting attacked at work. I believe some of them were students, so you got to keep them safe first and foremost. So thankfully somebody came, but it was just at the end. Suck how that always happen. Just get the just at the end. Let's, yeah. At least he got that before he could do any worse. If there could have been anything that he would have even done worse. But what do you think about that? You were one of the being at that you are part of the staff now. You were one of the first ones to see the footage of what happened, and just walk us through how you felt the first time you saw it.
The first time I saw it, of course, it was shock. I am concerned about the values of the board. Again, I'm okay with wrestling. I'm okay with performance, but this was off premise. This was not a Harold's private venue. This was not in the ring. This was not somebody getting backstage. This was somebody in life. Sure, she's an in-ring talent, but this was outside the ring. And she's getting attacked by Mr. Young. Now, if this is the way the board wants to carry themselves, I mean, we got to talk about liability, lawsuits, criminal charges. Now, they want to talk about the way the Classic Alpha has run the company, but now we have assault and battery, possibly breaking and entering. How did he get in there? Schools be on lockdown now. So, I mean, this is going above and beyond and allowing that. If the board is allowing this is who they're bringing in. I think they got to think twice because he's a danger. He's a threat to the company. And there's no point in taking over a company just to lose it because RVP definitely has a lawsuit on her hands.
She does. And according to Mr. Young,
go ahead, my bad.
I was gonna say, according to Mr. Young at the recent media day, he was actually the one who got her that job. You know, you got to remember they were ARC. He was almost like a father figure to her. You know, their lives were intertwined. You know what I mean? Like they all looked up to him. He was their elder.
So he's Rey Mysterio, basically. He's a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, if you want to say that, yeah.
Okay.
Because he definitely turned on the kids. For real.
Didn't he though? Didn't
he? Yeah. He definitely did. In the worst way. And then his actual son at that. But
still gonna have to get a mustache and a mullet.
Dirty D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm. Him and Rachel. Rachel Morgan.
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, it's not a good look for the board.
No. Not the way they seem to have judged how things were going on before they took over.
Yeah, man. And then they sound like Triple H, because what was it? Kevin Zander came on your the podcast talking about, are the numbers up? Isn't the viewership up? All they care about is the gate. We're selling tickets. We're selling merch. We're getting eyeballs on the product. There's more to wrestling than that. There's more. There's ethical responsibility that a business should have, and they seem to have lost sight of that. I'm not sure what happened. I don't understand what the board's motives are. I really feel like there's something at play just to punish Classic Alpha, because they really do not care about the sustainability of the business when you have people attacking talent outside and still allowing them to participate.
Yeah, it all feels personal.
Yeah, it's definitely personal. Because they have not put out, there should have definitely been a notice put out by now. Some bulletin denouncing the actions of Mr. Young and that he's been asked to step down or he'll be removed. Like, that's the only outcome that should have happened after that. But instead, he's been running roughshod through other people's promotions, stealing the C3 Ultimate Heavyweight Championship belt and Rachel's arm. But we're going to get to that. But it's like that kind of activity that can't be condoned, that can't be allowed, and hopefully we're getting to that next because that just makes my blood boil, man. It rocked me. It rocked.
Well, we are, because in the main event, we have the board's puppet, Nameless, going against D'Angelo Steele for the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Championship. So the title is still on the line, even though as of right now, the champion is not in possession of said title. But we've seen since he has put his hands on his title, how far he is willing to go. And he has been a fighting champion every step of the way. Hasn't backed down from a challenge. He hasn't took any shortcuts, any of that. So let's hear from our champion.
C3 Ultimate Wrestling's press start 3 against Nameless. D'Angelo Steele ponders on why Mr. Young would do this to his only son.
Me and Rachel got back from date night. We were sitting there talking, and I was telling her it seems like ever since we professed our love for each other, it seems like everyone has been trying to take her away from me, and I don't understand it. I mean, I've had to put her up for grabs in a triple threat match. I've had to face Marcelo Spade. I've had to face Atlas. I mean, what else do I got to do to prove that she's mine and nobody else's, and nobody will take her away from me? And now you mean to tell me that Mr. Young, he's betrayed his one and only son, and now he wants to take her away from me too? No, that's not going to happen. And he tries to assemble a team, like the board, and you go and get Nameless, he's dangerous, and he seems like he's just unstoppable at this point. I mean, he took apart Kenny Nine, and he took apart me and Miles and Larkin, and I did not like that. Nameless, you are dangerous, but you're the board's puppet, and there's only so far a dangerous puppet can go. But you have about a month to realize this, that you're going to go one-on-one with the psycho D'Angelo Steele, and I am a masochist, and no matter what you do with me, no matter what you do to me, you will not keep me down. You also have a month to realize this as well. He said, I'm going to kick your ass. You may be very dangerous, but I'm going to kick your ass. May 3rd, you will not, I repeat, you will not take my love away from me. No, you won't. You will have to kill me if you want to take this. Guess what? I don't die easily.
If I said it once, I said it again. Never get between the man and his main squeeze. And we've seen how far D'Angelo Steele is willing to go to hold on to his boo Rachel. But will he leave with the date he brought? We'll find out at press start 3. This has been C3.
Now, that was several weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so much can change. We've talked about the timeline shifting so fast. that you can't even really keep up with it. Things that happen and certain things that we don't expect, and this had to be the craziest thing that I've ever saw. So we heard the words from D'Angelo Steele, and it seemed like they didn't want to have to face him head up. You know what I mean? So they caught him at like a vulnerable point when his back was turned. You know, when he's trying to just be the fighting champion of C3 that he is. So let's take a look.
Wrestling's Fight Center. I'm Kevin Young, Sr.
We here at the C3 Ultimate Wrestling Fight Center have received footage of a shocking occurrence at this weekend's IPW Spring Heat. Let's take a look.
Oh my God.
Hey, you good? No, I ain't good. No. Calm down. Wait. Oh, talk to me. You ain't say red? No. Why would I say red? You took my belt. Then you tried to play Rachel. You took her arm, right? Well, why you ain't saying that from the jump? Say, where you? I was looking for you. I mean, I'm here. There you go. Oh, Lord. Now he getting in the car. Come on. Hey. Come on.
In a bold power move by the board.
You know who I am. Mr. Young from the board.
Has stolen the C3 Ultimate Wrestling title from D'Angelo Steele. As of now, the title will still be on the line, but will it be at Harold's private venue on May 3rd? We'll see. And that's the question we ask ourselves now. As we see the depths that they will sink to.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, this is his son we talking about, man.
Yeah, man. If you do that to your son, if you'll attack a woman at work, like this dude, there's no limits to the depths he'll sink. Mr. Young can't be trusted. So he got to get dusted. Somebody got to get him in the ring and polish him off.
Pause.
He got to get taken out the business. It's like a big pause.
And it's worse because this is somebody that everyone kind of considered a friend.
Man.
You know, we watched him retire. We watched him retire.
Yeah, it did.
At the Amazing
It was emotional.
World. You know. And I used to always joke with him. I know we cousins somewhere. We got the same last name. Now it's just hearing Mr. Young mentioning such a despicable and dastardly way. It's just yeah.
At least a bad taste in your mouth for sure.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Just disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do hope that he gets what's coming to him some kind of way. All these sneak attacks, all this underhanded movement, I don't understand how the board can sanction it. It doesn't seem legal. It seems like a violation it seems like they would not want that associated with their name. It's not safe, and I just don't understand what they get out of this. I mean, they almost ran over 2 C3 talent. So you almost lost one half of the tag team and the heavyweight champion. So even if you do want his shenanigans, now you're doing what's bad for business. You're going to cost talent. Even if you want him to lose the title, you can't want it to be lost at him being laid up on in the hospital. Mercer being laid up in the hospital. Now there's no championship match with D'Angelo defending it and dropping it to Nameless. If that's what you want, he can't drop it to Nameless. Then the tag titles, ARC can't defend. Mercer laid up. So if you got Mr. Young acting out here like this, man, I don't understand what the board gets. So if this is the way Kevin Zander, the nag, is running things, he shouldn't be running things too long. So
absolutely,
whatever support Chris Classic needs from me to help, recover the company. If there's anything I can do, try to find a better entertainment lawyer or business lawyer, whatever we got to do, man. We got to wrestle the company back from the board because this can't happen.
No.
I mean, this is what they're doing to them. Yella. We don't know what might happen to you because Kevin Zander has called you lesser kid. We don't know if they don't respect top talent with the belts, carrying belts. The women's champion, she might be on the shelf. She's not on this card because of the attack on her. We could have lost Mercer. We could have lost Steele. This is what they're doing to champions. You don't think they take you out if you got in the way?
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, man. So it's dangerous for you. I wouldn't feel safe.
Yeah.
Man. Nah, this ain't good for business, man. This definitely ain't what's best for business. So press start 3, man. It's got to be on.
What?
Oh, shoot.
What is this again? Oh, dude. Hit it, dude. What? Hit it, go, dude.
Man,
what
come on, man.
This?
Come on, man.
What is this?
Kevin the Nag.
Here we go.
Incoming message from the board. Incoming message from the board. Incoming message from the board.
Beat making blunt.
This has been a message from the board. This has been a message from the board. This has been a message from the board. This has been a message from the board.